Hello and good day to long-term SA. Hope you guys had a wonderful couple of weeks. And I'm back, and I do something which I haven't done before. It's not a hardware review. We're going to look at a couple of juices. Yes. Let me explain about juices. I'm not really somebody who buys juices, and those of you who live in South Africa and maybe in other countries as well might have had a very hard lockdown. Our lockdown was so hard that we couldn't go into a vape shop or legally buy any kind of vape juice with nicotine on it. CBD was, funny enough, was allowed, but nicotine you couldn't buy anything. So that kind of forced me to go down the making my own juice road, and the juice I made is one shots. I'm not going to take 15 flavors and mix them all together, let them steep for 2 weeks, and then find out it tastes like old socks. That's just not. That's not how I roll. So one shots was the route to go, and that's what I do. That's what I've done. I haven't bought a ready-made juice in some time, in 6 months maybe longer. So I buy one shots, and what we're going to have a review on, what we're going to look at is indeed one shots. That's what we're going to do. So we have a couple of things prepared over here. Now, how do juice reviews? How do I plan to do this? Well, I tell you what, I have obviously a mod, and I have 4 different RDAs. 4 different drippers, 3 of those, which of course you all recognize as the Wasp Nano. I have 3 of those, and for number 4, since I don't have 4 of those, I had to go to the Watofo Elder Dragon. It's as close as you get. It's also a single coil RDA, small single coil RDA, and I think the difference won't be that big. Airflow is a bit bigger on the Wasp Nano than it is on the Elder Dragon, so I will have the Wasp Nano closed down a little bit and the Elder Dragon open. But apart from that, it's the same coil, the same cotton, and then of course the different juices. Now I will start with my first one, which is, and you will see me looking over here. I'm doing this all live, so I won't even video edit it if I don't need to. And you will see me always look over here onto the other screen to see what the people who actually sold the one shot describe it as. And then I'll give you an idea of how close they actually got to what they were after. Now we start with this one. Let me find this one for you. Here we go. Let me just move myself a little bit over here. Here we go. There you are. We start with the Blueberry Custard. Blueberry Custard is from Super Shots. You mix it at 10%. The way I mix at 30% PG, 70% VG, and then I add 4 milligram of nicotine. And I use steam-engine.org. Their mixing tab, which they have, served me well, and that's what I use to make sure that my juices are mixed correctly, and I use a scale to mix my juices. So let's get started. I have my little mod over here, which is, I have to look here and it doesn't even say anywhere, Cold Steel. Here we go, the Cold Steel 100. Sometimes my brain still functions. I have my dripper on top here. Here is my mixture. I mixed 25 milligram. I'll give it a good shake. Here we go. Put the lid off. And then we just drip a little bit on here. Here we go. Close our little bottle off. Put the lid on. Put it on half open. And let's have a go. Now let me say what they describe it as, where they say it. They say it's a sweet, creamy vanilla custard base infused with delicious ripe blueberries. Now, I tell you what you can for sure taste very strong are the blueberries. They come through very nicely. There's no citrusy. I don't like it when the fruit flavors have this citrusy overturn, which nearly drowns out everything. Doesn't have that. It really tastes like blueberries. Custard base infused. That's a big in the background, I would say. Creamy vanilla custard base. Yeah, you could possibly say that. So if you like blueberries, ladies and gentlemen, this is a nice blueberry juice. It's from Super Shots, as you can see. Not quite sure if they are readily available all over the world. I obviously bought them all from South African vendors. And it's, yeah, Super Shots is by Flavor World, which incidentally is the vendor I bought this from. So Vendor World makes their own concentrates. It is basically a juice ingredient selling site. And it sells obviously quite a few one-shots as well, and blueberry custard is one of them. And I really like it. I really do. It has that strong blueberry taste, and I was one of the fortunate people who still went into the woods before Chernobyl happened with my parents and collected in the woods buckets and buckets full of blueberries, and this is what this tastes like. It tastes like those blueberries. It is, oh, having them with idle milk. If they have a flavor blueberry with idle milk, oh, I would buy a bucket of it. Anyway, this is the blueberry custard, vanilla custard base infused with delicious ripe blueberries. Now, it's not only infused, the blueberry taste is quite strong. It has sweetener in it. It is not overly sweet, but it just has enough to add to the taste. So it's a blueberry vanilla dessert, which very, very strong on the blueberry side. That's how I would describe it. So if you're into fruit vaping, I think that would be something you would be look out for, because that vanilla custard in the background, it just tones it down into a direction where it is really, really delicious. So I like it. And I would say it's then time to move on to the next one. Let me just switch my website here so I can tell you what we are doing. We are obviously now switching off the blueberry, and we are switching on my next one, which is black mango. Now let's have a look at black mango. Let's put my black mango dripper on here. What I should taste, according to Super Sorts by Flavor World, is a blend of our famous mango, free infused with the sweet Malaysian blackcurrant. So that would be mango blackcurrant. And when they say put Malaysian in the world, you know there's quite a bit of sweetener in that, because they like their sweetener. Here we go. Let's just put something on here. Yep. Go. Get another 25 milliliter bottle, which I have here. Let's put it on. Let's put it on. Here we go. Airflow half open. By the way, I have a Clapton. I think it's a 2840, something like that. Relatively high ohmage Clapton, comes out at 0.56. All of them, they're around about in the 0.55, between 0.55 and 0.6 area. I've had them at 35, between 35 and 40 watts. Obviously for this, I all have them at the same 35 watts. And let's go. Oh. Oh. Now you can immediately, the blackcurrant is very strong in this. I think the mango takes a back seat here. Let's bump up the temperature and see if it makes a difference if we wake it a bit hotter. Let's bump it up to 40. Makes the blackcurrant even stronger. You get the mango in the background. You do get the mango in the background, and I like it because I like a mango juice. I like mango juice, vape juices, so I can taste the mango, but I can certainly taste the blackcurrant. And if you now compare it to the blueberry we just had, you can certainly taste the difference between the blackcurrant and the blueberry. Also, they are, in real life, are not dissimilar in taste. They're not the same, not by any stretch of the imagination, but they are not dissimilar in taste. But you can certainly taste the blackcurrant over the mango, so the mango is kind of in the background. Not unpleasant at all. I actually like it. It's not unpleasant at all. So if you're into your blackcurrant vapes, and you like just the hint of mango in your juice, and there is no crumble, no custard, no vanilla, none of that. It is just the fruit and a bit of sweetener, and it's actually very, very nice. I really can recommend it. Yeah, it's a nice one shot. This one I mixed as the last one. I mixed at 10%. It's their recommended mixing rate, and as I might have said that before, I'll say it again. 30% PG, 70% VG is 4 milligram of nicotine, and that's the one. That's the black mango. It should be. It is a blackcurrant, strong blackcurrant taste. With mango undertones, and it actually came out very, very nice. It certainly did. Now to something totally different. Shall we move on to the next one? There we go. Yeah, got it right. There we go. Now we are now having a look at Sous Shots, and from Sous Shots we have the Bourbon Silk. Now, the Bourbon Silk is described as a creamy vanilla custard swirled up with coconut milk and smooth bourbon whiskey. Now I have all this fruit in my mouth. Let me just clean the palate a bit with some water. Here we go. I have them all lined up here in front of me. They should have shown that to you. I have these 4 bottles, and I have the 4 drippers, each one in front of their own bottle. Make sure don't get them mixed up, because that can lead to very ugly taste experiences, which of course we don't want. So here we go, another 25 milliliter bottle. We give it again a good shake. Open it up, and then we put it into our wasp nano right over here. Just a little bit for love. Turn it again that the airflow is half open. We put the wattage down to 35 again to start out with that. And let's have a look if you can taste the creamy vanilla custard swirled up with coconut milk and smooth bourbon whiskey. I can certainly taste the creamy vanilla custard. Yeah, the coconut milk is somewhat in the background. Let's pump up that temperature again to 40. Yeah, the creamy vanilla custard is certainly in the forefront. So if you like creamy vanilla custard, this is the one for you. There's a hint of coconut, but I'm not quite sure. About the smooth bourbon whiskey. Trying to remember my Jim Beam days here. And yeah, I'm not getting that too strongly at all. This is a sucralose-free juice, so there's not too much sweetener in there. You mix it at 15%, so another drip here. I know the custard is very strong. The coconut milk is in the background. I'm still trying to find the bourbon. I have had juices with bourbon before, Tobacco Bastards bourbon, and there I can get a good hint of the bourbon whiskey. I'm not getting it with this. Let's bump it up to 45. Getting hot. Yeah, I can, when it gets hotter, you get more of the coconut milk. You get the hint of whiskey in the background. You do get that a little bit more when you make it hotter. Yeah. It certainly is a creamy vanilla custard is certainly at the forefront. They have been steeped for 2 weeks, all of these. They have all been done. I date them on the 10th of October. Today is the 25th. So they have been steeped for 2 weeks. Yeah. At 40 degrees, at 40 watts with the 0.55 coil, I would say a lot of creamy vanilla custard, a hint of coconut milk, and you really have to look out for the bourbon to get the taste of it. It's a difficult taste to capture. I get that, but yeah, I'm not quite sure they got it perfectly on that one. The bourbon could be a tad stronger for me. It's a nice juice, don't get me wrong. It's a nice juice if you like the custard with a hint of coconut milk in the background. Just don't expect that the whiskey will be very strong and prevalent in your backs. You need to make it nice and hot before you get hints of the bourbon whiskey in the background. So that is my Bourbon Silk from Sushot's. Very nice juice. It's just not quite what I expected. Obviously, it's all subjective. It's tasty. Everybody has a different taste. And I'm looking for the bourbon taste that is not really coming through for me. Right, and then last but not least, we have a really South African one, which is the Milk Tart. And this is from Cloudburst, and it is the Milk Tart one shot. And I mixed it around about 17%, between 15 and 20%. So I went in the middle. I mixed it at 17%. We will have a go at it on the Elder Dragon from Botova. Give it a good shake. Give it a good old soaking over the coals and on the cotton. Let's put it down. With this one, I'll take the airflow basically fully open. We still have it at 40 watts. And it says it is South Africa's favorite dessert, sweet pastry crust filled with a mild creamy custard of milk. Right, let's see. Oh boy, they hit that one. Are you kidding me? Oh, this is delicious. This is For all you South Africans who know about milk tarts, and there might be, you know, versions in other countries as well of this, but we all know a South African milk tart, you know, coming from a tuisnywerheid from Auntie Rolina, who bakes her milk tart for the last 50 years. This is what it tastes like. It is. You get the pastry, but it's not overwhelming. You know, you get lots of these pastry kind of pie kind of tastes where the pastry is really strong. The pastry is there, but it's not too strong because the pastry is not really strong. In the milk tart is all about the filling, and this is it. This is all about the filling. It has the custard kind of taste of the filling, and that milky custard kind of taste. And it has a bit of sweetener in it, which it needs, and it is delicious. Well, from all of these, this is my absolute favorite. It really is. It is a wonderful. So if you guys see a milk tart somewhere from Cloudburst, go and get it. Go and get it. From these fours, this is my absolute favorite. Oh, it just comes out delicious. It really does. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just get myself here in the center. Get my milk tart out. Here we go. Back to normal. And we had a good look at 4 tastes today. And I will go through my cupboard. I have a couple of one-shots over here. And we go and look at each one of them piece by piece. And if you do get them, I'll give you my opinion on it. What I think the tastes are, what comes to the forefront, what is lacking. And from all of this, I think you've got a pretty good idea of what my favorite is of these. The milk tart is just delicious. You know, you just want a cup of coffee with it and enjoy it. Anyway, thanks very much, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. And I'll see you all soon again. Greetings from Cape Town, and goodbye.